Okay, demonstration of the 3D load. Let me get my little visual aid helper. Okay, 3D. The 3D axis you learned in geometry or whatever math class you had. So, this represents the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. The x-axis represents the forward move. The y-axis represents the coil. When I do them both, it looks like this. Okay? Show it from this angle. I'm coiling and going forward, and the goal is to hold the foot off the ground. Okay? All right, so then we have the z-axis. We're going to add the z-axis. That is the Ferris wheel. That is the knob from, without moving your hands, by the arms. That's stretching your back so that the knob goes upward and back toward the catcher. It's not a merry-go-round. If it was a merry-go-round, that would be another y-axis. We want it going up. Okay, so now all three of them. Okay, I'm doing this with my back, this with my back, which moves creates the Ferris wheel, that's the z-axis. This with my butt, that's the y, and a little bit of forward movement, that's the x. And the goal is to get out there with your leg off the ground. Okay? You're going to feel I've also got a little sit going on that helps me control it. Okay, when I get right there, I should be able to snap it very quick. The ultimate goal is to find, let me find it here, that spot right there. I can't hold it and show it to you. I'm actually moving forward when I'm in that spot. But this spot right here, as you're moving forward, learn that spot, how to get there on time, how to control it. Okay? I started to mention something about keeping the foot off the ground, and I don't think I've finished my thought. If you look at video of most swings, you're going to think or decide that the hitter's foot was actually on the ground when he swung. And I'll agree with you, especially on a changeup, it's obvious, but even on the fastball, it looks like it was on the ground when he swung. The question is, was there any weight on it? And back in the day when I was learning, Mike Epstein was big on toe touch, heel drop. Toe touch, heel drop, to create his rotation. Okay? You land on your toe, and when you drop your heel, you rotate. I fell for that for a while. And as soon as I dropped my heel, I started rotating. I could do nothing but push my bat. Okay? So you can still see what the toe touch to heel drop in a swing. The question is, what's really happening? You're looking at the surface. You're looking at the foot and trying to decide, is this foot doing something? Is this foot causing something? No, it's not. The cause of everything is this stretch around your rear side that will burst. And that burst from the back, that tilt and snap from the back, puts the heel down. The toe, very likely on the ground, but the burst puts the heel down. It's not, the snap and tilt puts the heel down, this move. It's not this move. It's not hip rotation. Okay? I've previously mentioned that I encourage hitters to practice 3D loading consistently. I really emphasize this with those I work with. It really helps to get the feeling of sitting on the rear leg. We can't do this enough and can't properly do HLP without it. I agree 100%. If you watch I did a Patreon live stream with Matt Feinstein, who has been trained by Justin Gerardo at Grit, New Jersey. Justin is a follower of mine, and he's real good at teaching what we teach. He was going through some struggles, and the 3D loading fixed him, okay? In a game, we might have a great swing, ready to swing, but if we can't get to the launch position on time with control, we're at that pitcher's mercy with his velocity and off speed and moving pitches. So the 3D loading is a loading system, if you will, that is slow. How slow? Well, you have to experiment with what pace you can do it at. But the goal is to get to here under control. Here under control. That's 3D loading under control. I want to be right here at pitch release. Right here at pitch release. Okay? So there are other checkpoints in a pitcher's delivery that you can use to help you figure out when to start. But the first thing you have to figure out is your pace, your tempo, that you can do this and maintain control with it. Notice I'm moving forward ever so slightly as I do it. Most people, when they start out, they do it too fast and they get way out here and they can't control it. I like to think that I'm not moving forward at all. Even though I just instructed you the x-axis moves forward, it does. But when I feel like I'm going forward too much. When I do it right and look at the video, I can see I'm going forward, but I would have sworn that I wasn't going forward. Okay? So what goes forward? It's the ball of the femur. Ball of the rear femur not only coils, it goes forward. Okay? There's the coil forward right there. Coil and forward. Coil and forward. That forward there is enough. It's enough forward. All right? So you first figure out your tempo, and then you figure out a spot in the pitcher's delivery for you to start that allows you to do your tempo, not a new tempo. It allows you to do your tempo so that you can get a pitch release right there. Right there. Okay? And I'm not saying you can't adjust your tempo a little bit for a pitcher, but you got to learn your tempo that you're really good at and then make adjustments off of that as needed. What you can't afford to do is have momentum in your swing. It has to be, the 3D loading is stretching. As I go forward and coil, my leg gets twisted. As I go forward and coil and do this, my back gets stretched. This whole move is a stretching move. It's not momentum. Momentum is what pitchers ruin or defeat you with eventually. You might catch up to one now and then. You might catch one, hit it hard, hit it long. But you're not going to be consistent if you're trying to match your momentum to his delivery and swing and his delivery and pitch. You need to get this feeling here that you're stretching and you're going to let it snap. Stretch, snap. Okay? Another important thing is you want to feel like you're at your loaded launch position at pitch release. Therefore, you're waiting for his best pitch. You're waiting for his fastest pitch. There's going to be times when you got to your loaded launch position at pitch release or in and around pitch release, but because the guy throws really hard, as soon as you get there, you swing. That'll happen. And you'll get some good hits. But I don't think you want that to be the norm. You want to get there slightly before you swing. You don't want to have to swing as soon as you get to your loaded launch position. You want to feel like there's a slight delay there before you swing. If there's a slight delay right there before you swing for the fastball, there'll be a little longer delay for the off-speed pitch, and you can do it. You just delay. But if you're swinging as soon as the fastball gets there, you're swinging at the fastball as soon as your load gets done, you're almost rushed. You might have got by with it that pitch, but you're basically rushing a little bit, and we don't want to rush. Okay? We truly want to feel that we're wound up and we can snap at any moment. We don't want to have to rush the snap.